What's shaking, people? It's your girl Spring. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. If you enjoy the content, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and share the video. It's an easy way to help the squad grow and give you more fire content, shows, and events. This is your DSG brand ambassador Spring, and you know the motto, let the good times roll. Do you want to rock with a do so? Make sure you're looking top-notch with your very own Pro Logo by ProLogos.com. From channel art, thumbnails, avatars, and more, shop ProLogos.com to stay rocking with the best. This is your DSG brand ambassador Spring, and you know the motto, let the good times roll.
I'm dizzy, baby, you know me, I'm repping the dirty, so fresh and so clean, I bling every time I'm speaking, you heard me? I just bought a Cadillac and about to throw some D's on it, but if I'ma take it back and throw some 23s on it. It's them squad, money go getters, them paper chasers, them shine, stacking the figures, raining on gators. I'm Diz, now one hell of a nigga, certified player. I'm so fly, snatch up a brizzer and ice agent. I'm shot calling, getting money on the block, representing New Orleans, 40, this is why I'm riding. We basketballin', so all you gon' hear is switch. Don't get mad cause you can't rock like this.
Yeah, you see me sit low, riding behind tip, but ooh, you can't rock like this. You be wasting your time to imitate mine, cause ooh, you can't rock like this.
What's poppin', people? It's your girl Spring. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. Welcome to Excelsior Now podcast, where we take your favorite guest and get to know the person behind the keyboard. So grab your popcorn, get those fiery trash emojis ready, and enjoy the show. This is your Doom Squad brand ambassador Spring, and you know the motto, let the good times roll.
Excelsior Now podcast.
Hey, go!
What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doom Killer HD, back with another live review. This time we are reviewing the final episode of MoonKnight. Man, that thing was, we're going to get into it. But sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. And today we have our current and special guest co-host, good friend of mine, DSG community Squirrel Girl, of course, the smartest lady on the planet, my friend, cute little chaos Kitty. Say hello to the people, Kitty.
Yo, everybody.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I think Sadat might still be coming. There was some issues with Twitter DMs again, so hopefully he catches that last one I sent and can join the show, but we'll just start without him for now. All right. This cute little chaos Kitty, my friend. You know the first question I am going to ask. MoonKnight episode finale. Was it fire or trash?
That's such a tough one to answer because I have to do it in like regards to all the other episodes I've seen before, and in that case, I would say the finale was trash.
Oh no! I was not expecting you to say that. And that's so happy you we didn't discuss it when we played last night, or the night before last night. So I'm really thrown off by that. I was not expecting that at all. For me, the episode was fire. Like, I mean, it was the pacing with Disney Plus is just bad in general. I mean, we just gonna have to take it as it is. I think it's a lot to do with COVID. So pacing, like, it seems like they missed an episode. Like, it should have been 7 or 8 instead of 6. But for what we got, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was fire. Well, since you thought it was trash, we're gonna have to switch the questions around. What didn't you like about this episode, Kitty?
basically the fight at the end, like especially between the two gods. I think that was absolutely unnecessary, and yeah, okay, they were just there to throw out all the money, I guess, because it did nothing to the narrative or anything, because nobody could see it.
Right.
You know, it was only the avatars that could actually see the gods anyway. So all the people weren't reacting to it. Yeah, it looked cool, but did it help the episode? No.
Huh. Huh. Okay. What I didn't like about the episode, golly, Kitty, you really threw me for a loop. I'm so just throw.
Hey, it's
Oh,
my
that's
job.
a dot right there. What? Uh-oh.
Yo, what's up?
Whoa, hold on. Something's going on. Is that on my end or? Oh shit.
Okay, now everyone's gone. Hey, it's my show now.
Just what you always wanted.
Yeah, you have some issues with your mic, I think.
With my mic?
Yeah, some distortions coming through when you speak.
It's weird. I've been having technical problems with the StreamYard link. None of my equipment is working with it.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear you.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with my systems right now, but everything is just going crazy, and I don't understand what's happening. Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, I tried to use Chrome
Okay.
like I always do, and none of my equipment was recognized, so I had to use Firefox.
Oh wow. Yeah, you've got some kind of distortion with your mic too. How about you re-accept the invite? Sometimes that fixes the issue. I'm not sure if it will or not, but we can try that real quick. But yeah, something just really went crazy with me too. I don't even know. Like, wow. Sorry about that. For the technical difficulties, chat. That is wow. Yeah. Weird. Okay, we'll get to that back in here. I will talk about what I didn't like about the episode, I guess, because I guess that's where we're at with it. It's not really a lot that I didn't like. I mean, the pacing, of course, is always pretty bad with the Disney shows, as I said before. But I mean, it was a pretty solid episode to me. Like, I didn't really find too many things that I didn't like. You know what I mean? So I guess pacing for me, CGI with the gods was pretty bad. Like, I was just like, oh, don't cringe me out. You cringe me out. You cringed me out. But aside from that, I thought it was pretty solid. Real quick, Sadat the Gamer, fire or trash to the episode?
Fire overall.
Okay. What we're doing what we didn't like, because Kitty said trash, which threw me all the way off. So we had to switch it around. What didn't you like about the episode, good sir?
Well, I mean, I was waiting for the sky beam, and they gave me mini sky beams. So it wasn't
a bunch of them.
they go full sky beam. I thought overall to be honest, I thought if it wasn't for the end for the mid credit scene, the episode would have definitely got a trash overall because of the abruptness and the lack of closure. I didn't particularly enjoy the kaiju fight. I thought overall the Egyptian gods in the show were portrayed as mostly pretty dumb and ineffectual. It was interesting how Khonshu and the snake were like trying to have this philosophical debate, and they were like literally have the exact same philosophy. It was just so weird. They had the obligatory MCU little girl looks up and sees a hero that looks just like her. It's like, yay, which is fine.
It's a trope now, bro.
It's becoming a trope. Overall, I did not mind it. Overall, I thought the I thought the fight scenes were not involving kaijus were really cool, and it just made me wish that we had more Moon Knight throughout the entire series, since mostly it was just about their human counterparts.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. Kitty, what did you like about the episode, if there was anything?
I did like, as always, I liked Oscar Isaac. I think he's the best they could have gotten for this role. Apparently, I couldn't picture anyone else portraying a character like Moon Knight anymore. What I did like was also the scene where Layla kind of snuck onto Harrow's Convoy there, and then Toweret tried to message her. I thought that was pretty hilarious. I enjoyed that scene a lot.
That was pretty damn fire. I'm not even gonna lie. That her stealth, like she was a straight merc too. You know what I mean? You could tell she had been on missions with Mark because she knew exactly what to do, how to maneuver. I mean, she did her thing. Let's talk about the rise of Moon Knight. Not Moon Knight, I'm sorry, the rise of Mr. Knight. As I predicted in our last not wrap up, but review, I said that Steven was gonna, Steven was gonna come back, and he was gonna come back with his full fighting, prowess, and he would have his full skill set and know exactly how to maneuver as Mr. Knight, because he doesn't have that ignorance anymore. He's in the know now. And I was right. I called it, and I was right. I'm not really wrong too often, but yeah. Let's talk about Mr. Knight. I'm always wrong, y'all. let's talk about Mr. Knight, dude. Let's talk about actually how cool he was and his little batons he just whoops out real quick. That's becoming a trope too, the grabbing of weapons from out of nowhere and they're just there. Because him and Layla both did that in the same stance. She was just like, I got wings. He's like, I got batons. So, like, yeah. But let's talk about Mr. Knight. What did you think about your favorite character, Steven, cute little kitty?
He was amazing, as always. I love the fighting scene in the end when it came to Moon Knight. Specifically because they switched between characters so fluent, and the costumes and all that. I love that. It has been mentioned in chat as well. It's been so clean, just incredible.
Okay, all right. Same question for you. What did you think about Mr. Knight and his evolution and him rising to the occasion, and how freaking cool Steven is all of a sudden?
Yeah, I think they definitely did a good job of addressing one of the series' biggest flaws, was that Steven in the Moon Knight show is not like Steven in the comics at all, and which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but in this case, it was kind of annoying to see this wimpy, completely incompetent guy wandering around, and then I think they did a great job of not only making him useful, but also kind of evolving him and to the point where people were actually crying when they thought he was going to die and actually stay dead. And of course, the Moon Knight fight sequence in the last episode was extremely tight. They had excellent fight choreography there for once. Did not resemble a CW show, which is very good. Very, very clean edits. I enjoyed it.
Yes. My favorite scene was when Steven throws the baton at Harold, and he blocks it, and it like flies back around, and Moon Knight catches it, and like it disappears in his hand. I was just like, okay, they spent their money right there. They spent the damn money and got it right. That little scene that should be a damn meme or a GIF or whatnot. I mean, if y'all got a GIF for that, send that to me, because I need that in my life. But Mr. Knight came through as I predicted for the first time I was writing forever, and it felt good. Still talking about Mark and Steven though, the afterlife scene where pretty much Mark jumps out of heaven, per se, the field of whatever the hell it was,
the field of reeds,
yeah. he went back for his counterpart, and they now share a heart. You know, that's what that to me, that's what it signalized. You know, that they became one. They're still two people, but they, you know, they're on the same accord. You know what I mean? And you know, the gates of heaven open up, and you know, not Mark, but Steven pushes Mark through first, so he could be the, you know, the main. You know what I mean? He's the first one that comes through. He's the first one that Layla sees when, you know, yada yada yada. So I thought that was pretty dope. That whole symbolism right there, from him going all the way back, crawling through the sands, almost dying himself, sharing the heart, the gates of heaven open up, Steven being like, nah, this is you, bro. Go ahead, you do your thing. I was just like, yo, they nailed it. It's fast and it's rushed because of Disney pacing, of course, but it was so damn good. I'm gonna start with you this time, Sadai. Go ahead on that note, bro.
Oh, it was definitely one of the highlights of the series for me so far. Just all of the emotional growth and build up, getting to know Mark's tragic backstory. We kind of got to see that from Steven's perspective, learning what made Mark the way he was, and seeing how they just came together over their shared trauma. I thought was just really powerful, and I thought that was a pretty nice way to bring him back, because we obviously knew they had to bring him back. So you know, because they're following basically kind of loosely following the comic where they all unite, all the personalities unite to conquer the big bad. So we knew, even though we knew it was coming, I thought they spaced out pretty well, especially since Jake didn't even come until later on. Right. They just mainly centered it around what they had been building on from the previous episode, which was Steven and Mark. So well done.
Yeah. Kudos to that. Kitty, go ahead and follow that up, please, my dear.
I think they brought Steven back in the best way possible. Not just like him going, okay, I split off once, I can split off again, and he's back. But it was actually a scene that was emotionally very, very strong. Had me all teared up again, which happened a lot during MoonKnight. I gotta give him that. But I just love the entire scene, him going back for forfeiting basically all the goodness he had right in front of him, and just going back and rescuing his friend, actually.
His brother, to me, you know, that was like,
yeah.
That's what it felt like.
I love that.
Yeah, that was probably, aside from that gift that needs to be a gift with him throwing that damn baton, that probably was my favorite scene, because of the significance of the power of you know, love, friendship, brotherhood, family. You know what I mean? They showed all of that in one scene, and it was good. It was damn good. Moving on, though. Let's talk about this battle of the gods, man.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do. We really do. Now, why was that the cringiest thing in this whole series? I mean, Steven was pretty cringy to me throughout the whole thing, but he was tolerable. This fight scene, man. Go ahead, Kitty. Go ahead.
I didn't necessarily think it was that cringy at all. It was just, to me, like, yeah, it was unnecessary. As soon as Amit went big, I was like, okay, yeah, fine. I know where they're going with this, but it doesn't make sense. It was just there to look good. The effects were okay, in my opinion. It was okay like if you consider
old Power Ranger stuff, girl. It looked like some old Power Ranger stuff. Like,
no, go back and watch old Power Ranger stuff.
It wasn't that bad.
Or a TV show I've seen far worse.
Mastodon.
It was definitely more resembling Power Rangers the first movie than the show.
Yeah, for a TV show, it was okay. I would say it's nothing spectacular, but at the same time, they could have saved that money and just spend it on something else, on effects.
On cameo, maybe.
No, I don't think a cameo was needed for this because I still believe this is not main MCU's timeline. I'm sorry. This is one
At
of the
this
many
point, after
multiverses.
watching what I watched last night, and we're not gonna go all into that, I don't know what's MCU main timeline no more. But carry on. Good lord.
But they did had a MCU relevant teaser in the last episode.
You talking about the Bash teaser or
The QR code.
I missed it.
Each episode has a QR has the QR reader thing that you can scan, and it'll take you to a comic book that's relevant to that episode. And in episode 6, it was notable that when you scan the QR, it linked you to a comic book run from when Moon Knight was fighting Kang the Conqueror. So I thought that was an interesting little Easter egg. They snuck in there.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he has to be like,
that makes it more sense to what you're saying, that he might not be in the 616. Well,
yeah,
hopefully that's
let's call it the main.
The main universe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So wow. Okay. More on this Battle of the Gods thing. Is Khonshu not banished anymore? Because I mean, literally, there's no one there to banish him at this point. Like he came back from literally being, a stone statue. Which does that give him his freedom to reign free now? You know what I mean? I'm not sure, so I would actually want to see your guys' opinion. And any one of y'all can answer first.
Oh yeah, he's free. He's a free man. The whole central part of the plan was in order to revive Mark and Steven, you had to free Khonshu from his prison, and that's what Layla went to do. Fortunately, no one was there to stop Layla because all the gods got wiped. So even if they wanted to, nothing they could do about it. That's why Khonshu was free to change the sky into night so that Mark can fly, because there's no one there to stop him anymore. But
your thoughts on that? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
But this not only is he free, but we also know, of course, that he lied, and he's very much still in control.
That boy. Before we get into that, go ahead, Kitty. Would you care to respond on Khonshu not being banished in your opinion?
Yeah, absolutely. He's free now. I still think there are a lot of gods left because she basically just took out the avatars.
Yeah, the guys are still alive. They just don't have anybody to power them right now.
Yeah, they could just get new ones and start banishing him again, but they realized they made a mistake, so they wouldn't do that. So yeah, Khonshu is definitely free at the moment.
Who knows, man? Them guys is just as bad as humans. You know what I mean? Like they got egos, they got bad decision making, and
they're actually dumb.
Actually, Khonshu is pretty conniving. That's a conniving dude, bro. Like I really don't like Khonshu at all. Like he's an anus, bro.
Based on what they implied, yeah, it could be really bad.
He's wild right now, bro. He's wild. Like we'll get to that. Layla is the GOAT. New avatar, new Egyptian hero. Not so cool outfit, but I liked her. I think Layla is just a GOAT. Like she's probably one of the best characters in any of the Disney Plus series to me. I mean, strong, very intelligent. Like she was way smarter than Mark, even as smart as Steven. You know what I mean? And she had the fighting prowess. So, like, she's a beast. Her camouflage or covert, I should say, mission to kill Harrow, even though it was stupid, she was gonna do it anyway. Like, and she was able to. She was at that point. If the hippo goddess wouldn't have been like, "Yo, you better chill out before you get murked," she was on it. You know what I mean? And nobody can stop her from getting to him. She wouldn't have been able to take him out because he had more power at that time. But she, as just a regular merc, she was a monster. Then when she flew around and kicked that boy in his head when he was about to kill Mark, that was a wrap for me. That was a wrap for me. I was like, GOAT status activated. Kitty, talk to me.
Yeah, Scarlet Scarab was quite cool, and the reveal was quite cool. The outfit,
Nah.
not necessarily mine.
Yeah.
Especially since the very first impression I had, oh look, it's Falcon. That was like, I'm sorry, that was the very first impression, especially to me as someone who did not know Scarlet Scarab before this show.
Right.
I had to look that up. I'm not as familiar with the comics, but yeah, that looked kind of similar to me. But all in all, she was really cool. She's really strong. She's not as powerful as Mark and Steven, obviously, because they still have the advantage of combining like two very different and unique fighting styles. So even if they have an opponent that knows how to fight a Merc, you can still pull out Steven and Mr. Knight, and he can go all crazy, crazy at them. But yeah, it's I think it was a really cool addition, a part of that trope that they added in. Which I don't know why they do that, because on the big screen it kind of works these days. If I look at the last couple of movies, especially, it really works. They found a way to do all that stuff they want to represent organically.
Yeah.
Just the Disney Plus shows, it's really cringy moments.
The screen's too small.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sadat. Layla's in her goatness. I think that's where we are. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it just kind of shows how garbage some of the character development in the MCU has been. You know, that we see Layla like, oh my god, like well, a well developed female character that is put into the show and given something to do without having to completely undermine the male protagonist. Oh my god. I've never seen this in Disney before.
Is that why she's so GOAT status? Is just because they got her right as a female heroine?
Yes, because they actually developed a well-rounded character. You know, she had
say Echo. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, exactly. She's relevant to the plot. She's capable. She has flaws and vulnerabilities. So a good character overall.
Yes.
The costume, I'm right with Kitty. Definitely wanted to yell on your left. when I saw her, especially when she was deflecting bullets with her
took that literally from Falcon,
literally straight from Falcon. The costume, I definitely see that wasn't great, but when I first saw it before she spread out the wings, I was like, because you know she had them arms going. You know, I like a lady with, you know, I like a cute girl with, like, you know, nice arms. I was like, okay. Then you know, brought the wings. I'm like, oh no.
The wings from the back.
I was like, especially since you could tell that the VFX team didn't quite have the time to polish it up.
It wasn't polished at all.
But overall, I thought she was a very good character. You know, I wasn't, you know, going into the show, I wasn't, you know, sure how she was going to play out, and I'm definitely glad that they did it right.
Yes, indeed. Real quick before we move on, let's talk to the homie Spring real quick. She'll tell you guys where you can get cool, fire, or trash, DSG, and other merch from. Boom.
Fire or trash, the only thing you can answer to the questions I ask. Fire or trash, the only thing you can answer to the questions.
Hey guys, it's Spring. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. So why don't you look your best by rocking your very own Fire Trash t-shirt? Where to get it, you might ask? Go to financialfelons.com and use code DOOM for 15% off. Support your favorite team and look fly doing it. Take a picture in your shirt and send it to us at DoomSquad_DSG on Twitter, and we will be sure to shout you out. I'll be looking forward to seeing your swag. Don't forget, use code DOOM at checkout for your 15% off. See you soon, and let the good times roll.
Fire or trash, the only thing you can answer to the questions I ask. Fire or
Fire. What had happened was because now we're about to do some power rankings of all of the Disney Plus shows. But first, how would you rank episode 6 out of all of the Moon Knight episodes? And we'll start with you, Mr. Sadat the Gamer, and you can give us a speech with it. I don't even care.
Most necessary. Ranking. I think ranking them for me is pretty straightforward. I got 3 as the best episode by a decent margin. Followed by I think 5, 6, 4, 1, 2.
Okay. Pretty much that's pretty much my list exactly. So what do you got for me, cute little chaos kitty?
Okay, definitely a different list. I would say if I go for the episodes, I would say in a ranking, it's 1, 5, 3, 2, 4, and 6.
Wow, that's so different. Wow. You know what though? Preferences. Everybody has their own preference, and your opinion means something. So don't let nobody take that from you. That's some real talk right there. Oh, okay. Power ranking the Disney Plus shows. I'm gonna go first because I got mine written down. I actually had to really go back and just check all of the shows out. A couple of episodes from each shows. I did that this morning, and I've got to say, power ranking starts with Loki as number 1. That show was too damn good. It was too damn good. I'm sorry. Number 2, Moon Knight. Moon Knight came through. Like that show really surpassed a lot of, especially Hawkeye. But anyway, it surpassed a lot of stuff. What If is number 3. I know a lot of people don't like What If, but I love animated anything, and if it's got superheroes in it, like I'm all for it. So What If ranks number 3 for me. Falcon and Winter Soldier for number 4. The representation in that was just dope. I liked Bucky in it as well. He was pretty damn funny the whole way through. WandaVision, number 5. I mean, the first 2 episodes of that really just wasn't. Yeah, I didn't like them. The black and white episodes. I understand why they were there, but they could have literally took those out and the show still would have been just as good. So, number 6, Hawkeye. Trash. So that's my power rankings. Loki, Moon Knight, What If, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and Hawkeye. Cute little chaos kitty. Let's go.
Okay. Now I gotta think that I get it right. Moon Knight is definitely the new first for me. I love that show way too much, way more than WandaVision, which comes in second place. Then I have Hawkeye on 3 for me. Yeah, I'm sorry. Falcon and the Winter Soldier on 4.
Mm-hmm.
What If on 5, and Loki is last, as it was last time, and it will probably always be.
God, stop! Like, I mean, you kill me, but you don't got to like twist the knife in it. Golly, it's my favorite one. Yeah.
Sorry, Loki was like the first episode was really good, and after that it fell off completely, and each episode got worse, with a little exception for the 5th, but therefore the 6th episode was like terrible.
God. So Dr. Gamer, would you like to give your power rankings, good sir?
Yeah, this was pretty easy for me. Number 1, still What If. Number 2 is still Loki. Number 3, Moon Knight. Number 4, WandaVision. Then Falcon and Winter Soldier. Dirty Diaper. Use needles, Hawkeye.
Let me stop because I'm putting that knife in Kitty right now. Let me stop. Okay, let's do one quick promo, and then we're gonna get into some non-spoilerish Doctor Strange. Just a little bit for the people.
Non-spoiler? Ooh, that's
non-spoiler. We're not spoiling anything. The movie literally just came out. So we just gonna we're gonna do some fire trash. Favorite character that was in in the trailers and whatnot. So
Jesus,
we don't want to spoil anything, and we're not going to talk about any. Y'all know how this goes. Let's just do this real quick.
FinancialFelons.com is where you can find the latest and exclusive DSG gear from Fire or Trash, Excelsior Now, DSG Team Gear, and more. That's www.financialfelons.com. Make sure to use code DOOM for 15% off. That's code DOOM for 15% off. This is your DSG brand ambassador Spring, and you know the motto, let the good times roll.
No, a true flash. We don't do spoilers, bro. I know how to ask the right questions and what to say to not spoil anything. This is just an opinion of what we've seen and what you've seen on trailers and whatnot. So, y'all know how this works. Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. Fire or trash? Cute little chaos kitty.
Fire.
Whoo, my dude, Sadat the Gamer, fire or trash?
hot fire and better than No Way Home. I said it. Yeah, I said it.
That's no biggie. Given No Way Home was the worst MCU movie.
Oh my god! What? What?
I'm sorry. It is what it is. The story is
the worst MCU movie.
Absolute.
Black Widow literally exists.
Okay.
The only thing No Way Home had was fan service, and that's it.
Say that again in English.
What?
What did you just
say?
say?
No Way Home was the worst story out of all MCU movies, and I'll stick to it. I mean, it's still.
What was wrong with No Way
extent.
Home in this story to you?
First of all, it basically made the entire story arc of him and Tony Stark irrelevant, and especially Tony Stark's sacrifice at the end of Endgame. It diminished that a bit. I think, and my biggest thing the biggest issue. That guy is the loneliest person on the planet at the end of the movie. Why the hell is he smiling?
Because
he literally has no one. He doesn't even have friends.
He did a good thing.
Yeah,
he saved people that he loved, even though he lost them. And Kitty's like,
sadly
I don't
not
care.
how you if he can smile after that, he's a psychopath. I'm sorry.
Oh wow. Sadat the Gamer, can we just talk about why No Way Home is one of the best movies in the MCU, good sir?
Absolutely. So so it finally broke free of what was holding Tom Holland's movies back before, which is that they made him over reliant on these father figures, and he wasn't really standing on his own as a true Spider-Man. He was kind of stuck in this same place where he's just like, oh yeah, I'm Spider-Man. Oh, Mr. Stark. Oh,
hey, Mr. Stark.
Hey,
Mr. Stark.
Hey, I'm Spider-Man. Hey, I'm Spider-Man. Hey, this is cool. And I love that he smiled because he made me back. and I felt like finally No Way Home forced him to grow up and understand like this superhero stuff is real. It had sacrifices has to be made, and he was able to finally experience what it's like to become Spider-Man, ushered in with the help of Toby, Andrew, and just a virtuoso performance by Green Goblin, played by Willem the Goat. Of course, I thought by the end he really matured. You know, not only overcoming his desire to be a killer, but also having the maturity to lose everything willingly. And then that scene in when he is thinking about, you know, telling MJ, and then he just comes to the realization that he can't. It's such a heartbreaking scene, you know, where he's not smiling. He's absolutely devastated in the moment, but he knows that he has to do it because it's the right thing to do, and he knows this is what it takes for right now to be a hero. I thought it was fantastically done, and definitely not the worst MCU film. Literally, Black Widow exists.
I'm like, have you not seen Black Widow? Seriously? Nah.
Pheromones, Kitty. Pheromones.
Yeah, Black Widow is so good. I've actually seen it 3 times.
Oh Lord.
Are you joking right now? You know,
No,
I literally call you the smartest woman on the planet. Why would you do something like that?
Oh,
Black Widow is not as bad as
it's worse. It's
It
worse
really
than most
is.
people think. It's worse. It gets worse the more you analyze it. It's the dumbest movie they've ever made.
Dude. I mean, it that really fights for bottom barrel like Thor: The Dark World. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You got
I would
Thor:
have
The Dark
rather
World.
I would have rather watched Thor: The Dark World on repeat than watch 10 minutes of Black Widow again.
Also, Thor: The Dark World is not as bad as people may say it is.
The Loki and Thor scenes in Dark World are legitimately some of the coolest in the early MCU. It just
the coolest thing about Thor: The Dark World is when he jumped off the little ledge and Mjolnir came out of nowhere and he flew off. That was the coolest thing in that whole movie. Everything else is trash.
no, it was definitely some of the best. It was actually the first time they actually made Loki a more well-rounded character, and
the movie was bad. I can't even get
absolutely
to that
great.
point.
They were absolutely. I got to that point, and I love Loki in that, and I wish there was more of him in it.
Ooh, question: is Black Widow worse than Iron Man 3?
Yes.
No, Iron Man 3 is actually the worst MCU movie.
Iron Man 3 is so bad, though. God, I hate that movie. That is a bad movie. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, it actually, Black Widow might be better than Iron Man 3. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That movie, God, there's some bad MCU movies. I'm just realizing that. Like, they really got some bad ones. I mean, how do y'all feel about Captain Marvel, the movie? Be honest with me, too.
Captain Marvel is not a good movie, but it's not as terrible as people knee jerk assumed it was because they didn't like Brie Larson. It's definitely bad. Like mainly because the writing and particularly the character development and the way they decided to build Brie Larson's character up was very poorly done. But I remember the dialogue was pretty solid. I enjoyed how she played off of Samuel L. Jackson. He was really great in that movie. So there was definitely some stuff to like there. The action was good. It's just the
Rambos too. Both of the Rambos in that
are great.
movie. Yeah.
But the villain, the character development of Brie Larson, awful.
Yeah. Kitty, Captain Marvel.
Quite good actually, but that's basically. I only rank MCU movies compared to other MCU movies, basically, because even the worst MCU movie to me is still quite good. Quite good cinema in the end. I can always go into the theaters, watch an MCU movie, and have a good time.
That's true.
And that's
even if it's bad, you still kind of have a good time with it.
Except when I saw Black Widow. I wanted a refund immediately.
Back to these doctors. Oh, go ahead.
On the MCU scale, it's basically average for the MCU. It's somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Not particularly good, but not particularly bad.
All right. Back to this Doctor Strangeness. Without spoiling anything, and with only the characters that were shown in, let's say, the first 2 trailers, none of the leaked trailers, just the first 2 trailers. Who was your favorite character in the whole movie, out of the people that we're seeing? We ain't talking about any of the leak stuff. Start with you, Kitty.
My favorite character out of those in the trailers. As much as I would love to say Chavez, I still think I have to go with Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Benedict Cumberbatch did really good job on
Leave it there. Leave it there. Leave it there. Leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadat the Game, a favorite character from what we've seen so far in just the first 2 trailers.
Definitely all of the Doctor Stranges were fantastic.
Mhm.
America Chavez actually surprisingly was really good in this movie,
Yes, he was.
especially playing off of Doctor Strange. I hate Wanda. Still hate Wanda.
But
Did
she
not
did
like
such
Wanda
a good
before.
job. Oh, she did
Hated
such
her in this movie in a good way, but also in a come on guys, but still in a mostly good way. If you love Wanda, you're going to get all of it. If you hate Wanda,
You're gonna get all of it. Yes. Power ranking Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, we're not, there's too many damn movies. This is like 24, 25 now. So we'll just say this. Does it crack top 5 for you? And I'll start with you, Kitty.
No.
Oh, that hurt my stomach. Sadat the Gamer. Does it crack top 5?
Absolutely.
I'm trying to think, does it actually crack top 5? Because it's not. I mean, I still like Infinity War better. I still like Civil War more. I'm trying to think if it hits that top 5. No Way Home beats it out a little bit to me. So that's 3 of them.
It basically replaced No Way Home for me.
I hear you. I like No Way Home a little bit better. I'm sorry. It's just, and I mean, they had Toby and Andrew in it. Like, you know what I mean? Come on, man. You can't beat that. But
I mean, well,
if it makes the, we're not going there. We're not going there, Sadat. We're leaving these people with this impression. Come on now. If it makes top 5 for me, it's like number 5. The number 5th movie in my top 5 list. I got to really sit down and think about.
Yeah, it's tough, especially since it's like fresh. But
right.
I know for sure, Infinity War and Winter Soldier are like the best of the best for me.
See, that's another one. You got Civil War and Winter Soldier. You did.
I'm not that big on Civil War. I thought it had great set pieces. But the movies surrounding the set pieces were like, for me.
I feel you. I loved it because that's what got me back into comics at the time was the Civil War comic, and it didn't mirror it at all. But it was just the idea that they actually put Civil War in the movie, and it was actually good, you know. And there was the introduction to Spider-Man, introduction to Black Panther.
Yeah, for me, Civil War had the same problem to me as Endgame. They have a few really good set pieces, and then they're like, okay, and let's try to build a movie around it. And for me, Endgame was like, okay, this final battle is like epic and amazing. How do we get there? And the path to get there was like, whereas Civil War was like, okay, we got this epic airport scene. We got this epic fight at the end between Bucky and Iron Man and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
How do we get there? How are we filling the gaps?
I think they filled it in pretty good though. They did a way better job than he did in Endgame.
Way better job than Endgame at filling in those gaps. But I definitely started filling some of the gaps, especially when they were spending a lot of time with Zemo, who I thought was boring as hell in this movie, especially compared to how he was in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Right. Yeah, he was a highlight in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah. For real. So you said it does not crack your top 5, Kitty. It barely cracks my top 5, and you said it's definitely in your top 5, right? Yeah. So that seems like it's a good movie to at least check out, people in the chat. If y'all have not seen Doctor Strange, I actually suggest you go see it. I went and saw it last night. We were in the Twitter spoiler group, and is fire. So there's certain things in there that when you see it as a lover of the MCU and a lover of the comics, you're gonna be like, oh my god, they really did that, or they're really doing this. There's a few moments like that. I guess I don't know. I think that's it. I don't want to get too much into that because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. Yeah.
It also has one of the most savage lines in MCU history.
There's multiple of them though. Like I could ask you which one at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like bro, we can't do this. We can't do this. So Kitty, put somebody on the map so we can get out of here. I'm going to this chat. That's what I'm about to do.
I'm actually gonna go with Suki is okay. Because I've been seeing her streams lately. She's dipping a bit more into variety away from Avengers as well, and she could definitely use more people watching her in the early mornings. Help her have a great time.
Say that. Sadata Gamer, put somebody on the map, good sir.
I've been enjoying Mammoth Ego lately. He's a really cool guy. His streams are very well made from a production standpoint. Has a lot of fun, very positive, uplifting. I've been dropping by a little bit, dropping gift subs and rating. It's just always fun to see his reactions because it's generally
3,000 himself.
We're so appreciative. It's just a nice. It's just if you just want to vibe out and just have some positive feelings, definitely drop into a Mammoth Ego stream because it's going to be good music and just good times.
Yes, indeed. I guess since you put Mammoth Ego on the map, I got to put Kiki Roman on the map, which is his head mod and our newest ambassador over at DSG. So shout out to Miss Kiki Roman. Always fire, always throwing out the love. She's pretty much the female version of Mammoth. She shows love. She loves you 3,000. You know what I mean? Like it is dope. You know what I mean? So that's who I'm going to put on the map. Any final thoughts before we get up out of here, Sadat?
Go see Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
And avoid Twitter.
Even you know what? Avoid YouTube. I was almost spoiled yesterday. Like I know y'all here. If you get notifications, cool, but I'm not even joking. Like I'm about to put a video out after this. I'm not even mad if y'all don't watch it till y'all after y'all see Multiverse of Madness because don't get spoiled, y'all. Don't get spoiled. Kitty, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Nah, I can't wait for Ms. Marvel now.
Oh, a new Disney Plus show that we shall be reviewing.
Basically just a month away.
Ooh, that's gonna be crazy.
Oof.
I mean, episode 1 better be like so damn good because people are going to flame that show. Y'all know it. Y'all already know it.
My body is ready.
All right. I guess with all that said, Kitty.
Lass die guten Zeiten ruhen.
Laissez les bons temps rouler, which means let the good times roll. Peace out, people.
Excelsior Now podcast.
Hey, go! Hey, oh.